All right, so I'm headed to, it's my very first flip that I have found myself. Now, it came from a wholesaler, and I do know that other people have been looking at this property, and the wholesaler, the only thing they're trying to do is get rid of it as quick as possible. But I'll tell you right now, I'm feeling like the excitement, but I also have kind of that gut feeling like of nerves, you know? I can't explain it, even though this is something that I want so bad. And I've done a flip before, and I've bought houses, but really starting that investment property, knowing that this is a house that is actually, it flooded like 2 years, and it didn't flood. Some pipes burst like 2 years ago, and the people have been living in a studio apartment in the back for like 2 years trying to fix it, and they never did. So I saw some pictures. There's drywall missing, which a lot of the renovation is done, but you have that fear. Now, the crazy part is we've done one flip. We didn't find it. Our neighbors did. And they asked if we wanted to go in halvesies on the renovation and split it. So they had found the flip, got it under contract. We split the costs and helped them flip it. And it just so happens that it's right around the corner from where this is. In fact, one of the comps that they used for this package, because I don't really know how to comp that well besides looking online, one of the comps is ours, and we sold it. It was the highest priced house sold in this area. So I do have a good understanding, because the floor plan of this house is almost identical. I can't even believe it, but the numbers, they seem to work out well. But where the nerves come in is you just don't want to make mistakes. And even though we've sold one there at, $455,000, they want $250 for this one. I'm still pretty anxious to see how much work needs to be done, and going in this with either a hard money loan and seeing how long this process would take to unfold is why you have the nerves. But at this point, I don't care anymore. Like, if this is exactly what I want to do, what we want to do, I know that I got to just get involved and take maybe a couple of L's. I do feel like we could make some money on this flip, which could help us support our finances to go and buy some long-term rentals, and which is what my goal is. Instead of leveraging all my cash, really leverage money from flips or something else to, enable us to be able to go buy more long-term rentals to build that net worth. So I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute right now, but I am feeling some angst, and I think this is where I can relate with everybody who is just trying to get that first one going. Is even if you do find something, now it's like, wow, this could happen. I'm like, today maybe I start looking into going into contract on this, so you guys can follow along with me. And then if I end up going into contract, I'm going to show you everything about that, how I did it, how I got the money, and also if I don't, I'll explain that as well. So we'll be back here in just a few minutes at the flip. Roof looks pretty decent, same as the last one we did. They say it's 10 to 12 years old. So it's got multi-levels. The garage is over that way. That's a room, but over there through that door is the garage. But you've got this upper level here, then the main level for the living room. The stairs go up right here in the center when you walk up to the upstairs, and then it drops down another foot with some stairs to, I guess, a kind of a formal dining. Another formal dining. And then the kitchen here. So it's got 9 or 10 foot ceilings in the kitchen. I don't really know what that was. Some kind of serving. Hold on. This is in the kitchen here, like a serving station. And then out of the kitchen, it steps back up here, goes, and then you have the same living room as the one we did before. Entry to the upstairs. But some of the paneling, unlike the other one we did, a lot of that paneling's gone. And a lot of it's here. Now you're going to notice that there's this guy in there, and he follows me everywhere. In fact, at first I was kind of like creeped out by it because he wasn't really looking at the property. He kind of was acting like it, but everywhere I went, he just continued to follow me. So you're going to see it more in this clip here, and then I'll explain who he was a little bit later. It all made sense, but yeah, it was a little bit freaky to start with. I didn't know why he was following me everywhere. Oh, you're good, sir. You're good. So you'd have to, if you wanted to keep that, you'd have to match that paneling there. Outside, pretty decent yard. This is a addition they put right here off the back. So that's, I believe, where they're living right now. It's got its own AC unit over there, and then here's the roof on the back. Just needles, not too old. Actually looks pretty decent. Paint's all new.
That's where these sellers are staying right now. Okay. Their original intent was demo the whole thing, live in the apartment while it's done, and then move back in, and then, you know, one day became another.
All right, so as you saw in the preview there, I went through and toured it. Even though the pipes burst, I don't see any mold in there. There was some termite issue stuff, but nothing that I don't think would be too hard to put any kind of, you know, new studs or anything in. But the one thing I learned is, you know, since I'm seeing it today, it is 12 o'clock noon and all offers are due at 2 p.m. And I know there's another interested party. So it's going to be highest and best offer. Do you go way above to get it, or do you just put in a good solid offer? And is this something that we want to move on? So I'm going to go home, try and get my contractor on the phone. He's sick today, but have him watch some of the footage and see what he thinks it would cost to do for a remodel, and then talk to my wife as well. Crazy part is I'm over here, you know, when I walked up and there was all the people at the fence, one of those is just a hard money lender. He's got programs. So again, finding the properties is the hard part. This one is going through a wholesaler, so it makes it a little bit more like, you know, nerve-wracking because you got multiple people involved. They're taking their cuts as well, but I do feel like it's a good price, and knowing that we flipped one right around the corner, I do really feel like it would be a pretty much a home run. So I got to go crunch the numbers, talk to my contractor, and maybe we're putting an offer in. Whether we get it or not, I don't know, but that's what we're going to go do. All right, so as you heard there, that guy that was following me around the property, he was a hard money lender. So he was just there to make connections with people who do fix and flips, buy and holds, whatever, any kind of real estate investing. And you know, again, I'm getting into this. I don't know really anything about it, but everybody you talk to who's done multiple investments, again, they're just like hard money. If you find the deal, the money's easy to come. There's money, and it just blows over your head. But then here I am, you know, posting in some groups, you know, which I'll show a little bit later, maybe in some other videos, how I'm actually finding these deals, because you're probably super curious how I even found this, not knowing really anything about real estate investing. And then the hard money, now I've got multiple connections, and here's a guy who's in the property and is like, dude, I can close on this thing in like 5 days, no problem. So pretty easy to find the money. It's still scary as hell, but that's why that guy was following me around. He saw me videoing and talking and doing all that, and he just wanted to introduce himself and say that he could loan on it. And the crazy part is we walked around the corner from where I was at, around that studio, and I didn't get any video of it, but there was like 8 people at the front gate. And that gal that you may have noticed right when I walked in the white, she was the one holding the property open, one of the wholesalers. And she's like, look, a lot of parties involved. I'm sitting there, and I'm an awkward kind of like, I don't like confrontation or any of that. So I'm sitting there looking at all these investors like, these guys are all putting offers. I'm brand new. Like, I kind of wanted to just run away. But you know, there's something about me of just like, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to go through. So in my mind, the original offer the wholesaler sent to me was around 250. So I'm thinking with all these other people, I didn't know. I thought maybe they had heard the same price, and now it's going to go a bidding war up above. You know, I don't even know if I'm going to get this or not, but those are all the, you know, limiting belief factors that are going through my mind right now. But anyways, that's who that dude was. So I'm going to call my real estate agent.
Hello?
Joe, what's up?
What's up, Jackson?
Nothing, man. I just left that. Found out the offers are due here in like 2 hours, so I kind of got to make a move. I got Ismail. I'm gonna send some video over to him, and he's gonna give me kind of a quote on how much to remodel it.
Okay.
I got a question for you though. I know we sold ours for $455. You told me it'd be close to. It's a little bit bigger, and it's got that garage apartment off the back, which is really nice. My only fear is I don't know if it was permitted or not, you know? Is that, how big of an issue would that be?
I mean, it's not going to be counted as value, but I mean, it's not going to be an issue if it's not permitted.
It's okay. Like you'd still be able to sell it?
Yeah, there won't be no problems there with financing.
Okay, and then with it being, it's a little bit bigger than the one we flipped, but do you think the market from when we sold that one to now is about the same, or are we a little stronger or a little weaker?
It's probably just slightly weaker. I mean, just because you have higher interest rates, but by the time you're done, I mean, rates probably start pulling down a little bit.
And weaker, do you mean like, I mean, we sold it for $455. Do you think there would be, I mean, if it looked really nice and was done up, that like $425 is no issue and you'd probably like pretty easily get like $440?
You know, I think $425 could be on the safe zone. I need to check on the $440 because I don't know what I was looking at.
Yeah.
The thing is, the only thing that kind of concerned me on it, but then again, it wasn't remodeled, but they had it on the market during COVID times, you know, in 2020. It terminated, the listing terminated on September 8th, 2020. That was a hot market.
Yep.
And they had it at $350 and it terminated. I don't know if they self-terminated or what, but it was on the market for 158 days.
Is there a way to like call that real estate agent and see?
It's Lance Logan, so I don't even know who's going to have it really, you know?
Yeah.
He doesn't even do his listing, so it's just, they got probably, I don't know how many listing agents.
Okay, so when you see that, what's your immediate thought? Like, there's something that came up in inspection, or, I mean, you're completely remodeling the whole entire house, so.
Yeah, that's probably not even an issue. It probably was just completely outdated. I mean, I saw the pictures. These pictures, there were still walls and kitchen and everything, and the ones that you sent, there's no kitchen or anything.
Yeah, and it's original. It's a 1975 build, and it's original. So, I mean, I'm sure it didn't show that well, and it is a little awkward. It's like 3 different levels.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing about it. But I mean, other than that, I mean, I think if you're on the safe end, $425, you get into this. They say offers are due here in like 2 hours. So even like, if I put an offer in it, nothing yet, but there's a party there that I heard them. They're like, okay, we'll call you. I think they're going to put in. I talked to my guy. It's a wholesaler, but he said, yeah, but dude, he's like, dude, I'm thinking 250 to 255 will get this thing done. So I'm like, okay, let's say we go 260 at the high end and you sell 420 on the low end. You've got $160,000 right there to work with. Now, renovation, let's say high end, you know, I'm going to talk to Ismail, but if it's 80,000, you know, obviously besides realtor costs and stuff and how much it costs to hold it. So there's still a really decent spread there. It's going to cost $3,000, $3,500 a month to pay the interest on that hard money. So
$3,035. Let's see. So say you hold it for what, 4 payments maybe?
At the most. I mean, the way Ismail works, hopefully in a month he'd have it done, and we're listing it and it takes 2 months to sell it. Like,
so that's 9,000 there.
So
and then
9 to 12 grand. Yep.
Minus 9. Minus, you said how much in repairs? 80 on the high end?
Let's say, yeah, 80,000.
So that's 336. I mean, yeah, if you were at that, I mean, you still got plenty of money there.
Yeah, and then realtor fees, but there's still, I mean, you could walk away, I think, like really no brainer at 40, 50K, and then you might be able to home run it at 60 to 80 or 90K, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's a good one. I mean, even if, let's say the market completely tanked and just say you're at 400.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, just play it worst. I always like to play worst case scenario sometimes when it comes to investing. But even if you're at 400, you'd still be making plenty of profit.
Yep.
I mean, not plenty, but I mean, it's you know, I mean, you're not going to find anywhere else be above $30,000 still, you know? So you're at like 67,000.
Exactly. Yeah, we know that Kingwood market, man. I think if you make a really nice product, stuff still moves around here. There's one pending around the corner. It's smaller, way smaller, but
I tell you one, I don't know if it's in the budget, but I tell you what, if you painted that brick, I mean, it would pop.
Yeah, I could talk to.
I mean, that's what attracts people right now.
It has
so,
some
I mean,
stucco on it, but would you would paint that brick white or something?
Yeah, I'd just paint it all white. You know, I think it would pop, and I think that's what people are looking for. And I think in a market, you know, to attract someone before they walk in the door,
Yep.
is huge.
Well, let me keep working these numbers up, and then yeah, I mean, I might try and move on this thing.
All right, cool, man. You get a hard money loan?
Yeah, I'm tired of using my own money. It's time to use other people's money, Joe.
There you go.
So I'll keep you informed, man. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, bye. Holy shit, things are getting real. So here's my plan. I'm gonna go in, get this video footage off to my contractor as quick as I possibly can, have him give me a pretty good quote. I love his quotes because it usually includes flooring, countertops, basically everything. You just got to pay for the appliances. You know, standard appliances for this would be probably under $5,000, but I would have basically a number to work with. And then I'm going to call my wife, who's out actually looking for countertops for our house that we're remodeling right now. She's very good at design, so I can tell her the differences of this house and if she likes it or not. So I'm going to go do that. So what I want to do is I'm going to call my wife. She's out and about, and just kind of inform her, and I'm going to send her this YouTube video to watch too. I just sent it to my contractor as well. So I'm hoping in the next 20-30 minutes I've got a lot of information. I've got 1.5 hours to make it. Hey, what's up, hon? How are you?
Good. We're with Dexter at Floor and Decor.
Nice.
To work. We like having fun. We're having so much fun working.
Good. Hey, I'm gonna send you a YouTube video if you got 5 minutes to watch it. It's of that flip, and the offers are due at 2 o'clock in an hour and a half. I got it over to Ismail. He's watching the video too. He said he'll give me a response in like 10 to 15 minutes. He doesn't
a quote to flip it.
To do all the work. So layout, all that stuff. It's kind of the same layout as the one we flipped, except for the stairs. Like right when you walk in, they're right there to go upstairs. And then there's 3 levels. So to the left is like up. That is the highest level, and then there's one step down, then it goes to the mid-level where the living room is, and then it goes one step down to where the kitchen is. So it's kind of like mid-century modern-ish, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think that's kind of cool? Like you could play on that, or?
Yeah, let me watch it.
So let me text you over this and then watch it. But right now, I think there's another person trying to offer on it too, maybe. So the guy I'm talking to says like 255 would probably close it up. Even if we put an offer like 260, and maybe Ismail's, 70, 80 grand, you're at 340 to 360 all in with all that. And then we sold ours around the corner for 455, but even low end 425 or something, you'd still have a really good spread there.
Yeah, and I really enjoy that he just does everything.
So we should have a little bit more information here in the next 30 minutes, and then we would have to kind of move on this.
Or how are you feeling about it?
Anxious, but I'm like, this is what you got to do. We're gonna stand around and just say, we'll wait for the next one. We'll wait for the next one. But we kind of just got to get in. But I don't know if we can get it. But I'm kind of thinking there's a lot of money to be made on it.
Yeah.
And since we know the area so well, we already kind of know that house design, and we got a good crew now.
And it's like not a lot of gutting to do.
No, it's already gutted. It's just going in, and it's actually just going in and drywalling it, and then doing all the flooring, and then making a nice kitchen basically.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Send it to me.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
All right. So now I'll text this over to her as well, and within the next 30 minutes, maybe I'll know something. All right. So the next piece of the puzzle, I've sent the video off to the contractor and my wife to watch. I'm going to call the hard money lender, run some numbers by him to see what price points we're looking at. So I'll bring up the computer and we'll really go through a lot of this online so you can see it as well. What's up, man? How are you?
Yeah, pretty good, man.
So I'm calling you to try and figure a lot of this stuff out online. So here's the deal. Actually, one of the comps, like I told you, is actually the one that we did about 6 months ago. We sold it for $455. It was on the market for 3 days. I think the market may have cooled a little bit, but at the same time, like it's almost the exact same floor plan. And this one's actually a little bit bigger. So, I mean, it's got a lot of the same potential. And I'm thinking low end, I mean, you sell it still at like 425, but there was another interested party. I talked to Eric, and he said he really thinks 250 to 255 would wrap this thing up. So, I just wonder if it's like 255 or 260 to make sure you get it. I got my contractor, I sent him a YouTube link. I did a video. He's going to give me a quote on what he thinks the rehab would cost. So if, let's say the purchase price, go ahead.
A wholesaler's always going to tell you that the asking price is going to get it. So we can don't ever feel bad to go in a little bit lower to start with.
So I had to stop real quick. I'm actually rewatching this video right here that you're watching currently at that spot, and I am pissed off at myself. This is something that I do all the time. And even though I'm new to this flipping and real estate, me telling him that, I know, I know. It's the dumbest shit ever. Like, I am so tired of saying that, and it's like this hard-headed, and I'm not a hard-headed dude too much, but just listening to somebody who's done 100 flips and having a conversation with him, and him trying to explain to me, like, look, you can go in at any offer. You know, they're trying to sell this thing too, and me saying, oh, I know, but I saw the people in there. I saw that. You're gonna see it. Like, this bites me in the ass. Anyways, you're gonna have to watch the other videos, but I just want to tell you guys, like, if I'm gonna be raw and real with this shit, I was watching it and I just, like, it makes my skin crawl to listen to myself tell people who are professionals in this industry that, oh, I know everything. So make sure you're taking the advice of these people going forward. Anybody who tells me anything, I'm gonna say, okay, why are you saying that? Give me some examples of what you mean. This could help, you know, with the real estate investing to obviously get better deals, to, you know, make better partnerships or whatever, or just listen to other people. You know, my wife's going to be involved a lot, contractors. I need to not just always say, I know, but let's get back to it. Yeah, I just wonder because there's another party maybe putting in an offer too, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, wholesalers like realtors, they, you know, they always tell you there's a lot of
Well,
interest.
the only reason I say that is because they were in there with me.
Oh, gotcha.
But
Okay.
I don't know what they've been told either. I mean, 250 to 260 is it's a really good price. The one we bought was around 270, and
Yeah.
obviously it didn't have the damage. But to be honest, the damage, there's no mold I can see anywhere. A lot of the demo's done. It's just kind of putting drywall and all that back up, flooring, and then a baller kitchen, you know. But
Sure.
so what does it look like through you? Is that one where we could do like the 75 loan to value?
We generally do 70, but I can put a term sheet on it.
Please, if you could, that would be awesome. And the only issue, major issue, they said offers are due at 2 p.m. today.
Okay, no problem.
So,
I know Chris and Eric too. I actually used to sell houses. But
Okay.
let me. What are we calling the ARV?
I'm thinking like 440, 425 would be like, I think we could sell it like hotcakes. I think 440 is like a good price. And then 455 is what we just sold one over there for. So my contractor's calling me right now, so I'll be able to text you a rehab budget.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I just want to put it on the term sheet so we
Perfect.
have a better.
All right, awesome.
You're submitting offer at 250. You know.
Yep.
I don't want.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. Sounds good.
Okay, thank you. I feel like the clock is just going like this. So Ismail just called me. Let's see what he says, the contractor. Hey, what's up, Ismail?
Hey, so I looked at the video. The only thing I didn't see that much is restrooms, right?
Yeah, it's got, I believe, I have to look at the video again. I think there's 2 full bathrooms upstairs and then obviously the one downstairs for the master.
Are you wanting to remodel all of them?
Probably. I mean, the ones upstairs, as you saw, are just down to the studs.
Yeah.
If we want to sell at top dollar and we're going to do work, you know.
What kind of flooring do you want to put in there?
Just a, probably carpet upstairs. And then downstairs, probably just a like a
luxury vinyl or something.
Yeah, or like a tile floor, like a cheaper tile, bigger, something like that. I think that would probably look best.
I can definitely see that. So just the way I'm looking at it, it's basically the kitchen cabinets, and we may have to get those prefabbed.
Yep.
But I got a company that sells them to me fairly decent
Perfect.
prefabbed. I don't like to use them too often, but for something like this, it's doable.
Yep.
And let me see. So I want to say you're going to be easily overall to remodel it. I think you're going to be anywhere from 75 to about 83 or so.
Okay.
Easily.
Yep.
And that's just using your lower end materials, not.
Yep.
We make them real nice, but still, It's not going to be top of the line.
We did that in the last one. We did prefab cabinets, and they look great, man. It's just making it light and bright. Have you ever painted the brick on like the front of the house white?
I have.
How much does that usually run? Because I think that would really make it like pop too.
It's not too expensive
Okay.
to paint. How many gallons do you think it'll take for the front of that house?
Man, I don't know. Probably not too much. I mean, a lot of
Maybe
it's
10
stucco.
gallons?
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe like
10
10
gallons?
gallons, something like that.
Yeah, it's not too expensive.
Okay.
So what you got to do, even if it's stucco or brick, you still got to primer it with Loxon primer,
Yep.
which is specialty to adhere to the brick so it doesn't peel.
Yep.
And then you spray it and you roll it. You got to do both.
Yep.
You got to spray it and behind them rolling it. But yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
Okay,
We
cool.
got you.
Okay, 75 to 85K budget. And then the only thing we do is appliances, but I think for that kitchen, $5,000 would get us great appliances.
Yeah, I think you're shooting high on that. You can get a good fridge and a good stove and
Yep.
stuff like that for like $3,500.
Yep. I mean, I got some that I just took out of this kitchen.
Yeah, I got them in the storage.
So-
Use them there.
Okay, That's good to know. I got my hard money guy putting kind of a net sheet together of all the costs and what I need down. And now that I know rehab budget, yeah, because it would be floors throughout the kitchen, and then you saw that wood paneling. We'd probably just remove that and drywall it.
That's the cheapest way to go, is remove it, and it's actually
Perfect.
more modern too, man.
Yes. Okay, perfect. The only reason we kept the other one because it was already intact. This one's, since it's halfway removed, I think trying to match it would be brutal. So rip it all down and drywall it.
That's what I would do.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
And, yeah, just let me know, and if you do get it, how long do you think it'll take you to get it?
Well, they want to close by like here in like a week or week and a half. So it would be like basically the first of the year or end of this month would start. How long do you think rehab would take?
I'd say about 6 to 7 weeks.
Okay. Ismail style?
Oh, yeah. No, it's actually faster. That's prefab cabinets.
Prefab cabinets and nobody would be in it. You could go to town.
Yeah. Start early and finish late.
Okay, cool. We'll work with that, like maybe like an $80,000. That's right in the middle of your bid. Yeah.
We got you.
So maybe we'll shoot it like an $80,000 rehab. That's, you said 75 to 83, so we could kind of factor in about 80 for the loan.
Right.
Okay, cool. Let me get that over to my guy, and then I'll just keep you posted.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You got it, Jackson.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so I'm just going to leave a video message for my hard money guy. What's up, Joe? I just talked to my contractor. He gave me a quote, and he does it all in. So it's materials. It would be countertops, cabinets, everything. He thinks it would be 75,000 to about 83. And I said, okay, so 80 grand, we could probably make this thing. He said, yeah, I think so. Especially if, if we go tile floors in the main level, but if we go like luxury vinyl plank, that LVP, even, a little bit more inexpensive. So I'm thinking working with a rehab budget of about 80,000 bucks. And he said that would take 6 to 7 weeks, but he always says that, and he's usually quicker. So maybe 5 to 6 weeks on that rehab. You know what? You just got to do it, right? So I don't know. The weird part is I'm talking to my hard money guy, and he knows, obviously, this wholesaler. Now, the ultimate dream is to find these properties yourself and cut the wholesalers out. But this one, just since it's right down the street from our house, and it's worth paying a little bit extra to get it. But hearing him say that offer price right there at 250 is actually a little high, and Joe just texted me back and said that's not bad at all. So that 80,000, not bad at all. I'm looking at it right now. If we buy this thing at 250, put 80,000 into it, you're at $330,000. You got a lot of room to play with, even if you're selling it at 400,000, and then we try and obviously sell it for a lot more than that. But, we're going to be paying $3,000 a month to hold it, which is fine. You just kind of factor that out of there. But, with a 5 to 6 week renovation, we could be listing it, and try and sell this thing within the next, hopefully 3 to 5 months or something like that. If you got to hold it for 5 months, you're looking at about $15,000 in holding costs. So that's going to pull out of it. But even at 330 and 400,000 with realtor costs and 15,000, I mean, there's still a $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 spread there on the lowest of low end. So we will see. In fact, he says loan of 250,000 or offer at 250. I'm going to say yeah, and possibly an offer at 260 just to secure it, and possibly an offer at 260,000 to secure it. But I would love to hear your insight on that so that we don't have to overbid. Maybe you can talk with Eric. And that's the thing. At the end of the day, you got to use your resources. You've got to leverage these people. They all want my business. They all want to sell this. So Eric is the wholesaler, and there's other offers going in, but Eric wants this commission. Like if he sells it, he gets the commission. And then in Joe, my hard money lender, he gets his yield on the spread of what the hard money is. So everybody wants to. You got to, I guess, I'm a pushover. I'm not a guy who pushes, but I'm learning in this business. You got to really ask for what you want. So that's what I was just telling him. And he says it's a 75% deal. So, all right. So I'm going to reach out to the wholesaler and say, hey, Joe just told me, just tell him if I buy this thing for 250 right now, will you send me the contract? So I'm going to actually ask him, hey dude, if I pull the trigger at $250,000 right now, can we lock this thing up? And I'm going to see what he says to that. So what's up, Eric? Hey, I talked to my contractor and my wife, and hearing from you, do you think if we go in at $250,000, you could help us lock it up right now and we will sign the contract? Question mark. All right, so I just text that and we'll see what he says. He said, yes, let me see what I can do. See, that's crazy because obviously they want as much money as possible. So she's saying multiple offers, highest and best. I don't know what they saw. I just was presented the deal that 250 would lock, was like the asking price. So that's kind of what I was basing it on. The good news is that would be a little bit tough. Like, should I be going in at 240, 230? But I already know that we spent 270 on the last one. So this one's $20,000 less to get into it. I'm not gonna, it's better than going in at 260 or 270 on this one. So we're gonna see. He's gonna, reach back out to me and see what we can do. So doing this is why I wanted to create a YouTube channel, because it's not easy. You think about doing this every single day, but then it's like, okay, it's time to do it. My wife just texted me. I don't know if you can see this, but she's like, I literally have hives. I don't know if I'm anxious, nervous, excited, or stressed. Oh my gosh. We have talked about it for 6 months to do this, I think that's the hardest part with investing, is just kind of getting over that hump, getting over the hurdle of really doing your first one and leveraging hard money. Now, it's very overwhelming. And whenever I would talk to people who are doing it, it is just so easy. And oh yeah, go do this, hard money, close it, flip it 6 months, make 40, 50 grand, buy the house. They don't like stop to think about their first time doing it and how difficult and how stressful it is. So I'm really excited to document this process along the way. And whether we get this one or not, like, at least I'm taking the steps now and I'm pushing forward. There's a lot of me inside of me that still says, run away from this, Jackson. Like, run away. Something's going to go wrong. Something's going to happen. It's easier to just kind of sit back, keep your money in your account and not do anything. But that's what's been holding me back so long too. So I feel you, honey. I feel you. But when we do this, we're going to do it, and we're going to kill it. And if something bad happens, if whatever happens, you learn from it, right? You learn from your mistakes and you move forward. But I think we're going to do all right with this one, and if we can get it. So still waiting to hear back from the wholesaler. So I'm just going to text her back. I do voice messages too. I don't know if that drives people nuts, but I hate texting and typing. It takes too long. I feel you, honey. Nothing comes easy, and this could hold us back from ever jumping in if we don't do it. But this could also unlock us to building the real estate investment portfolio that we've been dreaming of. So we got to at least try. Love you. My contractor, I said, hey, I'm talking with the wholesaler. I'm trying to get it at $250,000, and I think that would give us plenty of room to kill it. He said, yes, sir. So getting some positive affirmations. It's all going, but we'll see. I'm going to talk to my hard money lender again and just see, okay, are you still building out that net sheet, or is it something we should just talk about on the phone really quick? Question mark. And you're right. I just texted Eric and said, hey, if I offer $250,000, can we lock this thing up right now and sign a contract? He said, yes, let me look into it. My wife texted back and said, so true. It's what we've been talking about doing. Got to jump in. Now, again, like I've been emphasizing, my main goal is not flipping. It's long-term goal. But again, spending all your own money every single time to acquire property and hold it, I want to be able to leverage a little bit of my money, just tiny little bit, leverage other people's money to make a chunk on a flip, right? Take that money from the flip and then maybe go buy some, less expensive investment properties that I can rent and cash flow and build the net worth that way through equity, and then leveraging, since I am self-employed, I leverage the cost segregation studies. Those are ways to use accelerated depreciation to offset income, so to pay way less taxes. It's an incredible tool. So that's the main goal. But Joe said, I think you will get it at 250 in my opinion. I'll get the term sheet over to you by this afternoon. Okay, but they also said I would have to have my offer in within the hour. So as long as I have my offer in, you're saying the money is looking good to go on this, question mark, at the 75% loan to value, question mark. This is, and you guys are free to use this if you want. I'm kind of partnering with him because he's been helping me out with a lot of information. Over time you want to use your own money or find, hard money, but this is as easy as it gets. Here's a calculator. So with a purchase price of $260,000 and a rehab budget now of $80,000, and let's say resale, the ARV is $440,000. He said we can go with a 75% loan to value. Here's all the fees and everything. You see that when you go to 75, the interest rate drops a little bit. So from 13% down to 12%, you are out of pocket $24,217. But watch this. So that's at a purchase price of $260. If we can get this at $250, that's basically $10,000 in our right there. Now we only need $14,000 down, and then a interest only payment of $3,300 a month. That's what we're looking at. And then everything else. They're gonna give me the $250,000 for the offer, and they're gonna give me the $80,000 for rehab. And then, yep, we're gonna try and sell it for as much as possible. We pay back our loan and we get the rest. So here's my wife calling me now.
Hi.
Hey, what's up? How are you?
Dude, that is like a big house.
3,100 square feet. It's the same as our last one. The last one was like 2,900.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So should we send this over to Ruben and Sophie?
I don't know. I think there's nothing that they can do.
Yeah, okay. So it's just going to be our thing.
Okay, what we can do is notify them and be like, hey, but we have to move on this in 1 hour, and I kind of have everything working. So what we could do, we could.
Money?
Yeah, I got Joe, the hard money guy. He's writing me out a net sheet to kind of talk about every cost involved and what it would look like for us.
So, I mean, would it be smart for us to be like, hey, this is totally up to you guys if you guys want to go in on this. We already have the hard money and stuff, but
yeah.
And just be like,
okay, so what we do is split the money down and the monthly cost.
Yeah.
The money down, like it might be around $15,000, and the monthly payments are $3,300, interest only payments.
Yeah.
That's what we would split. Other than that, it's, nothing else.
Yeah.
And then we split at closing, and that way we can use their stuff but I'm like, man, she's in the hospital, she's getting surgery, I don't know if she can make a decision in an hour. And
well, I think we just open it up to them since we've talked about it so many times.
yeah,
like I would just send them that video and be like, hey, this just came on the market.
I will.
We have hard money, we already have a quote for the whole reno, everything, and just be like, I know it's a last minute decision, this is like the terms, and then if they say yes, no, that way, they can be in it, they cannot be in it.
And at this point, they've helped us. We got to throw it out to them. I don't want to do it and not. So
yeah, exactly.
And not time to get greedy at all. And they can help us big time. And I'll take care of that.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
That's probably confusing for you guys. But when I talked about the last flip that we did, it was actually with this couple. They're our neighbors. They've done quite a few flips in the past. The husband is working again. He's in the oil, high up, whatever, and he didn't have the time to help out. The wife was doing the flip, and it's a lot for her to handle. So they're like, hey, would you guys want to kind of go in on this since I work at home, but my wife, basically the two wives could go in and do this together. So they were the ones that got us into that last flip. And so I'm not gonna ever just like, okay, now we'll throw them out. I want to present this to them, right? And whether they want to join or not, that's fine, but I'm gonna present it because they are a huge help and an asset, and they've flipped in this area a lot, and they've got a lot of stuff for staging. And that's one thing, we've sold primary houses, the ones that we've bought like to live in, and we've always sold them above asking because my wife is an amazing designer. That's why I wanted to get into flipping too, and stager. And so people just they rave about how immaculate these houses are and how well they're staged, and it drums up attention. So together, I think that's a good thing. So I got to send that out, but that's not probably something you're going to be doing, worrying about. But my hard money lender just texted me back. He said, it's very unlikely to get in a bidding war in this market. I would let him know you are looking at another property also, but if he can do $250,000, send the contract now and you can sign it. He should be able to send the assignment via DocuSign. Holy crap. Okay, so basically it's almost like kind of playing the strong arm here to get it. We need to just get it done. So I got a few more things I got to send out, and then we might be moving on this. I mean, she's probably laying in a hospital bed right now, so it's probably the last thing on her mind, it's more, but I feel good that we presented it to him, and I think she's probably just overwhelmed with what's going on.
Yeah, that's true. But then a part of me, do they not think it's a good deal, so they don't want?
No, I think we're going to play everything in our head to try and talk ourselves out of this. I know it. I'm feeling the same way. It's there's a lot of me that just says, let's not do this. It's not the right way, but man, if you just look at it, I think it's got really all the potential in the world. I mean,
nice.
So paint it white, go in there, do all new floors, walls, kitchen.
Yeah, I just think black and white and brown aesthetics.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even think like that. That's your thing, but you're going to work with Ismail on it, and we're going to go prefab, but also, quartz. It'll look really, really nice, but it's got a newer roof. It's got newer ACs. I mean, it's in good shape, it's just got nothing in it.
Yeah.
The last flip we did, it's crazy because when you see it in this condition, you're like, oh my gosh. But the last flip we did down the road, we made it look like that condition. You go in there and you tear everything out of it.
Yeah.
So now you don't even have to do that.
Exactly.
Carpet upstairs, a bunch of tile or LVP downstairs, all new drywall, tape texture mud, and a kitchen. And The master bathroom's a little funky, but he's like, do you want to do all new bathrooms? I said, yeah, dude. I mean, we might as well.
So that's in the quote.
That's in
all
the
new
quote.
bathrooms.
Everything. He says he thinks, 75 to 83. So I'll really try and hold him down to that, 80 max, and then get some, we got those other appliances that we just ripped out of here. And I'm like, yeah, we already got a appliance. He goes, yep, they're sitting at the house. So I mean, we could put in-wall oven, microwave. We got this freaking fridge sitting here. We could put that in there.
Yeah.
Boom.
We already have like chandeliers upstairs.
We got some lights. I mean, I'm doing everything on my end to kind of get this done.
Okay.
And we'll move quick.
All right, let's do this.
Hell yeah. So I'll just keep you posted.
Okay, I love you. I'll see
Love you
you
too.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.
The other thing that the gal said while I was there, the wholesaler, was that it needs to close, I think, by the 22nd. So it's the 13th today. So I need to make sure my hard money guy could close that quick too. Hey, they also mentioned while I was there that they want to close on it by the 22nd, I believe. So can you move that quick and close that quick, question mark? Overall assessment, I feel, it builds you up a little bit more confidence, and getting the right people in your corner so that you don't have to do this. One, if you're got a spouse or a partner, somebody on the same page, but finding a good contractor, talking to a local real estate agent who knows that specific area, going and laying eyes on it myself until we scale this thing up to where, you can take a little bit more risk because you have more going on, more funds and all that. But I kind of feel like a badass, like even if this doesn't go through, but I'm putting it out there in the universe. We're going to get this thing at 250. We're going to remodel it. We're going to make money, and we're going to get our first flip done, through hard money. I'm just putting it out there. That's what I need to do. That's what I've been doing. In fact, last week I told myself I'm having these positive affirmations, like, you're going to find a deal by the end of this month. And it's December, so I'm like, before Christmas, like, whether you get it or not, this is like a deal's coming in. Like, it's somehow, some way going to come in. The next day I got the email about this. So just the other day I put it out there to the universe. A deal's going to come my way, and then one did, and I'm moving on it. So I'm doing everything I can right now to get it going, and we'll just keep powering through this. Just going through all those details, and I gotta go pick up my kid, but let's go! Dude, I am jacked right now. I still don't believe it's gonna all go through, but you know what? I'm putting that shit out in the universe like I have been. It's going through. Sorry, I don't know. I got into my car to go get my kid, and I was just like jacked up, so I had to record my reaction. You guys are gonna see everything with me. Again, I want to instill the confidence into you guys that you can do this too, and I want to be a resource and help you guys build your investment portfolio from the ground up investing, homies. Let's go.